In this question, we have that there are 4 numbers which are represented on the number line. We have to find if R is closest to 0. Now, since there's not much information that we can infer from the question stem, so we move on to step 2 and analyze statement 1. Now, the statement 1 tells us that Q is equal to minus S. That means Q and S are on opposite sides because one is positive and the other is negative. For example, if I draw a number line to just clear out this part, so I would have Q to be here, which is equal to minus S, and S to be here, which is positive. So 0 should be somewhere in between Q and S. And since R is also lying between Q and S, 0 should be near to R, or 0 can be here also. So in both the cases, we can say that R is closest to 0. If it is still not clear, let's take an example using numbers. Let S equals to 1. Then since Q is equal to negative of S, the value of Q will be equal to minus 1. Now, after looking at these values of S and Q, it should be clear that S and Q, or 1 and minus 1, lie on the opposite side of 0. So if this is minus 1, which is Q, and this is S, this is 1, which is S, so 0 should lie somewhere here in between, in the middle of it. So R should be near to them, near to 0. So from statement 1, we can conclude that R is closest to 0. So statement 1 is sufficient. And from the options given to us, we can eliminate B, C and E. Now moving on to statement 2. Now the statement 2 tells us that minus T is less than Q. Now this will imply that T and minus T are on opposite sides. Now if this is not clear to you, let T be equal to 2. So if T is positive, then minus T would be minus 2, which is negative. However, if T is negative, then minus T would be positive. But you see, this should not be the case because we know T lies on the right hand side of Q. So only this is possible. Now this also means, if we draw the number line, that T and Q will be on opposite sides of 0. Or we can say that T and minus T are on opposite sides. Now R will lie somewhere here in between minus T and T, and S will also lie in between minus T and T. Now there is a possibility that 0 is near, S is near 0. Or another possibility could be that R is near to 0. But we cannot say for sure if R is closest to 0 or not. So we conclude that statement 2 is insufficient, as we can say that as we cannot find if R or S is closest to 0. So from the given options, the correct one is option A.